Greg Page, brought to you by Alexander Roloff Services. Coach, 41-6 victory over Blairsville, second win in a row, big for the playoff rankings. We talked about that on the pregame show. Pretty easy, although they made things interesting early.
They did. They fought. They had a couple nice drives, and we kept them out. Beginning of the second half, when we had all the turmoil there, our guys rose up inside the 10 and really shut them out, and proud of them for that, because that could have changed the game a little bit. That would have made it a two-score game. Instead, we hold them, we come back and get a long pass and then finish the drive. But it's all about this atmosphere right here with everybody enjoying a senior night win and the families and kids that are out here with their parents and relatives. That's what makes me feel good about senior night.
Your sophomore quarterback, Ben Schmidt, got you off and running on the game's first play, a 37-yard run. He and Logan Williams, 3 touchdowns apiece. Schmidt, 12 carries, 147 yards, and 3 touchdowns to lead the way. Didn't have to pass much. We will talk about one big pass play here in a moment, but he was 3 for 5 for 66 yards. That's 2 strong games for Ben back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, and they tightened things up on us. They were squeezing the box. It wasn't that they were so much loading up the box, but they squeezed the off tackle. We were still able to get some things and get a few seams, and both those guys ran really hard. I thought Garrett Mock and Bug Zeiler, when they got their carries, and I know they don't get as many, they ran hard too. And so the guys up front were getting a good push. Look, Blairsville has some size up front, and they got some aggressive kids. I was especially impressed with 50. I think it was Potts.
Yes.
And so we had to do some different things. We had to reroute on a couple plays. So it wasn't easy, but once we got rolling and then got the stop at the beginning of the second half, it kind of turned things around.
The beginning of the second half, a crazy sequence, and granted, I'm a long way away. I get that. But a short pass from Burkhardt to Josh Coaches, and then the official right beside the tackle in what we thought was a shoulder-to-shoulder hit. Maybe you've since seen a replay that can either confirm or deny that thought. They call a targeting penalty on Kobe, and then a bench penalty, probably warranted. And the next thing you know, after another unsportsmanlike penalty, they're down at about the 6-yard line or so. What about the strange call from the back judge who was a mile away from that tackle?
I don't want to tell our kids not to be aggressive. I didn't see him going in with a helmet. I saw the kid catch and turn, and I thought Kobe hit him with his shoulder. If I can see anything different on tape, and I did not look at our iPad after that, I was kind of, we were all kind of occupied, but I thought it was a good hit. I hoped that he wouldn't have hit him up at his head, but it's a high-impact play. It's a bang-bang play. And then, we had some guys upset on the sideline. The penalty gets directed towards me for a bench penalty. But, ultimately we argued it a little bit, and then we were trying to ask, why did you call? What did you see? And that upset the officials. And then the one on the pile up over there on the next play, I thought we deserved it. We're on the pound, we're grinding, and I don't know what was said, but they threw the flag. Of course, our kids said, hey, we didn't do anything. Well, they're not going to throw flags for no reason at all.
Right, and I know you'd never lose your cool on the sideline, right?
Now, I'm going to tell you, I was the one trying to get an explanation. All of our guys were upset. I understand that. And I thought he made a great read and a great hit. I mean, if he went in with his head, I apologize, and that's something you don't want to see. I just haven't looked at it yet.
Well, you called timeout to kind of settle things down, and it worked to your favor because they had a 1st and goal from your 6. Logan Williams makes a big play. 4 plays later, holds Burkhardt out of the end zone. Double effect there to kind of settle them down, get them refocused, and then almost a point where they became maybe a little bit fired up because of it.
Yeah, it's a little scripted. You just want them there. If they're going to score, you want them to earn it. You said 1st and goal at the 6 or 7, and we rose up and made a nice play. We strung it on, and we kept them out of the end zone. I mean, to me, those kind of things are big because if it's 28-14, it's still anybody's game. I mean, you got situations where they can hold us and get another quick score. They got a good offense. They found some open guys tonight, and that's concerning.
Okay, so the big pass play that I referred to out of your own end zone. Talk about the thought process. What a pass from Schmidt to Ciani for 47 yards out near midfield.
Would you guys believe in my conservative nature that I made that call?
No, and if your dad was in the end zone in his spot, I don't think he'd have made the call either.
Mike Arone made the call. We went with it, and it was a thing of beauty. And I saw them slide the safety over on Kobe, so I thought Jake would be the guy one-on-one, and it was just a beautiful throw and catch. And, of course, the line's got to give him time to do that. So it's a great play all the way around, and we got out of our own end, and we're able to do whatever we want in the open field.
Yeah, and you go down and basically put the game out of reach then on the 99-yard drive. Two more things. Logan Williams, big night, over 100 yards. As a matter of fact, 139, and closing in on 1,000. So it's good on senior night to have a big night, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, he saw a few things where he had to bounce it out, and if he can get turned upfield, get his shoulder square upfield with some space, we feel good about what he can do because he's got a lot of speed. I thought our guys staved off their pressure pretty well to allow him to do that. We tried to mix it up with the interior game and then the outside game. So, real pleased with him. His development's been really good. Still trying to work a third guy in there, and I know, Garrett Monk and Jacob Zeiler don't get nearly as many carries as our quarterback and our tailback do, but they've been effective when we needed them to be, and then Trevor as a blocking back. So we're starting to bring some of those guys along more to get more balance.
2 more miles to go next week at West Shamokin. That won't be easy. And then the Westpac crossover game. But this game probably locked up a home playoff game. You'd like to keep battling and earn a first-round bye.
I would love that. This is the greatest time of year. I mean, this tonight. Tony Aron told our kids in the locker room beforehand, this is playoff football. It starts now. If you want to think you're going to be able to compete in the playoffs, which we've done over the years, then you have to win these kind of games, and you have to put yourself in a better position. We did that. Next week's another tremendous opportunity, a good AA school, and then it betters our position in the Heritage. And I would like to go play a higher-ranked Westpac team in that Week 10 game. I mean, it's playoff time, so you want to be playing good opponents, and you want to play well against those opponents.
Okay, Coach, good job here tonight. Hopefully you understand jokes better than Ward Hilliard, because I asked Ward late in the game when things were getting, mercy rule, and you're trying to fill things, why West Shamokin's called West Shamokin and not Shamokin. Do you know why?
I don't know why. Is it a creek out there or something? I don't know.
No, because they have a strict anti-Shamokin policy.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure
You don't get it either, do you?
No, I was going to say I'll ask Coach McCullough next week when we arrive at the school, but
I
don't know.
Even our digital videographer said, boy, that's a lousy joke, but I get it. Hey,
well,
no joking.
You know what? I understand why Homer Center is called what it is. That should be enough, right?
Yeah, and you're probably understanding why we're finishing this interview with a joke. Good going.
I don't care. As long as we got the W, that's what we care about around here, so it's a good way to end it.
Okay, thanks, Coach. We'll see you next week. All right, 41-6, Homer Center wins it. 2 players when we come back on the other side of the break. 41-6, Homer Center coming back on our first Commonwealth Bank postgame show. Time to be first. Logan Williams and hopefully Ben Schmidt up next on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.